I pledge to be a president who seeks not to divide, but unify.
Joe Biden pushes through in Pennsylvania and receives the 270 electoral votes needed to become the 46th president. We have the latest on the race for the White House.
In the words of Ronald Reagan, it is morning in America again.
Southeast Texas leaders and residents react to Joe Biden becoming the projected new leader of the United States. And the long road ahead for projected President Joe Biden, we take a look at what a Biden presidency means for COVID-19, health care, and housing.
Live from the KFDM studios, you're watching KFDM 6 News, The Weekend Report.
Thanks for joining us. We begin tonight with the latest on the race to the White House. Joe Biden has become the projected winner of the 2020 presidential election. The Associated Press has Biden with 290 electoral votes to President Trump's 214. Biden's victory in Pennsylvania puts him over the 270 electoral votes needed to take the win. Biden also leads in Nevada, Arizona, and Georgia. History made in many ways, including Joe Biden's running mate, Kamala Harris, now the projected vice president. As for President Trump, he's pushing back after the Associated Press called Pennsylvania and Nevada for Biden, which would deliver Democrats the White House. St. Clair's chief political correspondent, Scott Thuman, has the new developments from Washington.
For all those of you who voted for President Trump, I understand the disappointment tonight. I've lost a couple times myself, but now let's give each other a chance.
Pledging to heal the wounds of a nation split, Joe Biden vowed it a top priority for his future administration. Meanwhile, outside the White House Saturday night, a crowd celebrating the president's projected loss, taking over the same street they had to flee back in June for a photo op. The president was golfing at his Virginia country club when the Associated Press broke the news. Trump's ride home, flanked first by supporters, eventually outnumbered by those at times chanting, "You're fired." But in a defiant written statement, the president refused to concede, insisting the election can and should be settled in the courts.
Obviously, he's not going to concede when at least 600,000 ballots are in question.
The campaign filed another lawsuit Saturday, this time in Arizona, over contested ballots and confusion they allege caused by inexperienced workers on new voting machines. The president encouraged by his supporters, telling him to continue the battle, Democrats vowing that fight is done.
The long, dark night in America is over, and a new dawn is coming.
And also tonight, a flurry of emails from the RNC and the Trump campaign soliciting donations for what they're calling the Election Defense Task Force. In Washington, I'm Scott Thuman.
Joe Biden and running mate Kamala Harris made their first speeches tonight as president and vice president-elect. CBS News correspondent Michael George is in Biden's hometown of Wilmington, Delaware, with the latest.
President-elect Joe Biden and Vice President-elect Kamala Harris delivered a message of unity to supporters and the nation.
I pledge to be a president who seeks not to divide, but unify.
Speaking at a victory celebration in Wilmington, Delaware, Biden said he's ready to get to work for all the American people.
Let's give each other a chance. It's time to put away the harsh rhetoric, lower the temperature, see each other again, listen to each other again.
Harris, the first woman and person of color to win the vice presidency, said she may be the first, but won't be the last.
Every little girl watching tonight sees that this is a country of possibilities.
Yes, 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 yes.
Nationwide, celebrations began in the morning and extended into the night.
Oh my goodness, I was so excited to find out that Joe Biden is our 46th president.
Here in Biden's hometown of Wilmington, Delaware, many have been celebrating in the streets. Supporters told us they're ready to look to the future.
It's been a very uneasy week, and it's great to feel a sense of relief right now.
President Trump's supporters also rallied in cities including Atlanta and Lansing, Michigan. The president signaled he would continue to pursue unsubstantiated allegations of election fraud, tweeting, "I won this election by a lot." As ballot counting nears an end, President-elect Biden is leading in the popular vote by more than 4 million. Michael George, CBS News, Wilmington, Delaware.
Southeast Texans are weighing in on the latest projections, crowning Joe Biden as the projected winner of the election. KFDM's Joy Addison reports what Southeast Texans say is their hope for the next 4 years.
In the words of Ronald Reagan, it is morning in America again.
After 4 days of uncertainty, the country has a projected winner of the 2020 presidential election.
Me and my wife, we've been glued to the TV, almost taking naps and then popping back up.
CBS and the Associated Press are reporting that Joe Biden is the projected winner of the election.
Right now we see that he has won the 284 seats, which looks like he's going to be the 46th president for United States of America.
And Jefferson County's Democratic Party chair says he's elated.
It's going to be blue skies on the horizon. Now, I'm not going to say it's going to be easy. There's still going to continue to be gridlock. But at least we have a president that's interested in being a president for all Americans rather than just some.
Kamala Harris makes history as not only America's first female projected to serve as vice president, but she's also the first black woman and South Asian projected to serve in the White House.
It inspires and motivates people within those communities to feel like they're a part of this country, to know that their lives matter, and that with that, they can aspire to the highest offices of the land.
When asked about the election results, Jefferson County Republican Party Chair Judy Nichols offered her take on the race for the White House. Quote, "We are very excited that Jefferson County continues to turn red. Republicans won here by the largest margins in history. We wish the next president all the best, and we will continue to work hard to make sure that we have the most competent and professional candidates on our ticket to serve our country well." End quote. One Southeast Texan says it's time to focus on principles rather than politics.
I think people focus so much on politics that we forget a lot of the basic core principles of what makes this what actually makes America great. And I think that if we focused on not dehumanizing each other, we could find more in common than we think. So.
Some Southeast Texans saw this election as one of the most important in U.S. history.
I voted in this election like my life depended on it. I have a business and I also have underlying conditions. So I wasn't able to work as of March. My state contracts have been cut off. And so to have this virus continue, to me, was a death sentence.
And others say the election centered on their hopes for a better future for immigrants.
I think it was an important election for us. We being immigrants from a different country, we hope the policies are immigrant friendly. And it's, as we were seeing from the past 4 years, Trump has not been very immigration friendly.
All voicing different issues, from the COVID-19 pandemic to the Black Lives Matter movement.
I hope that this administration handles it better, listens to scientists, as any administration should do if it cares about its citizens. I hope that we have a lot of reversal of a lot of the hateful policies that have gone into play, and I hope that we reach a point where we don't have to have Black Lives Matter protests anymore, because it'll be an obvious fact.
A hope that the country can unite over the next 4 years.
And now I'm hoping that he can get everybody to love each other again. We're Americans. We're Americans. We're not Trump and we're not Biden. We're Americans.
In Beaumont, Joy Addison, KFDM 6 News.
Tonight, KFDM News, his reaction from a congressman and a former congressman to the CBS and Associated Press projection that Joe Biden has enough electoral votes to become president. Dr. Brian Babin is a Republican congressman from District 36 in Southeast Texas. We spoke with him by phone this afternoon. Babin said, quote, "I'm still on the Trump train and it's still rolling. The media's projected winner isn't the actual winner." Babin also said, quote, "There are a lot of strange, bizarre occurrences going on. We want an open, transparent election, or we can never be assured we have a duly elected president." We also spoke with former Democratic Congressman Nick Lamson in Beaumont. He told us, quote, "I'm just as excited for America as I can possibly be. It goes beyond excitement. Joe Biden and Kamala Harris are the right people at the right time to heal this nation." And we also left a message for Congressman Randy Weber. You can go to KFDM.com to read the full statements from this story.